no matter even if you're at home. Just call in, WUB. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize, we gotta keep moving, Wake up, Belize, everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Belize, voice so up in and place, no calling, WUB. Be yourself, see yourself, this is the show, my people. Believe our hope, so to needless reason. Nobody feel left out, this the vibe we dealing. Let's find a solution, yeah. No respect, unselfishness and cooperation. That's how we need to build a strong nation. We are the people to make the changes. We are the changes, WUB. And all the things that will feel happen and not got blue skies. And nothing that people get victimized. Let's work together for better, we got to unite. Belize, yeah. Wake up, Belize, another day is here. Wake up, Belize, we gotta keep moving, Wake up, Belize, everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Belize, voice so up in and place, so calling, WUB. Wake up, Belize, another day is here. Wake up, Belize, we gotta keep moving, Wake up, Belize, everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Belize, voice so up in and place, so calling, WUB. Be yourself, see yourself, this is the show, my people. Believe our hope, so to needless reason. Nobody feel left out, is the vibe we dealing. Let's find a solution, yeah. No respect, unselfishness and cooperation. That's how we need to build a strong nation. We are the people to make the changes. We are the changes, WUB. And all the things that will feel happen and not got blue skies. And nothing that people get victimized. Let's work together for better, we got to unite. Belize, yeah. Wake up, Belize, another day is here. Wake up, Belize, we gotta keep moving, Wake up, Belize, everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Belize, voice so up in and place, so calling, WUB. Get up, make every day count, don't waste it, people. Do your part, play around, get where you need to. You can tune in for work or in your vehicle. If you got a problem, pick up the phone. Why wait till the time calling? It's the show with no matter even if you're at home. Just call in, WUB. Wake up, Belize, another day is here. Wake up, Belize, we gotta keep moving, Wake up, Belize, everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Belize, voice so up in and place, so calling, WUB. Be yourself, see yourself, this is the show, my people. Believe our hope, so to needless reason. Nobody feel left out, is the vibe we dealing. Let's find a solution, yeah. No respect, unselfishness and cooperation. That's how we need to build a strong nation. We are the people to make the changes. We are the changes, WUB. And all the things that will feel happen and not got blue skies. And nothing that people get victimized. Let's work together for better, we got to unite. Belize, yeah. Wake up, Belize, another day is here. Wake up, Belize, we gotta keep moving, Wake up, Belize, everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Belize, voice so up in and place, so calling, WUB. Wake up, Belize, another day is here. Wake up, Belize, we gotta keep moving, Wake up, Belize, everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Belize, voice so up in and place, so calling, WUB. Be yourself, see yourself, this is the show my people. Believe our hopes so to needless reason. Nobody feel left out, it's the vibe we dealing. Let's find a solution, yeah, yeah, yeah. Love, respect, unselfishness and cooperation. That's how we need to build a strong nation. We are the people to make the changes. We are the changes to be obey. And all the things that must be happen and not got blue skies. And nothing that people get victimized. Let's work together for better, we got to unite. Belize, yeah. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. We gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Voice our opinion and place your calling. WB, get up, make every day count. Don't waste it, people. Do your part, play around, get where you need to. You can tune in for work or in your vehicle. If you got a problem, pick up the phone. Why wait till the time calling? It's the show with no matter even if you're at home. Just call in. WB, wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize.
Good morning, Belize. Welcome to the WB Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes for today, Wednesday, the 4th of February, 2026. I'm Mose Hyde. Give thanks. I have strength and life to be here with you to start the day. We want to welcome everybody. Yeah, we know you're there. We know Creme Radio, you're listening. XTV, you're watching. To those on our apps, of course, you can get those. Those are live and already available to be downloaded in case you don't. And those on social media streams, as well as those getting us via simulcast coverage. And for this Wednesday morning, we trust that you have excellent health, your energy level is high, vibrations positive, and that your morning is, spacious enough, malleable enough. Could bend it up and make we go 15. That's perfect. That's all we want. Well, one more thing, we want to talk to it. We want to get on board and reason and engage in conversation. This is Belize's premier morning conversation. Yeah, that's how we talk, that's how we reason, that's how we link. Weekday mornings, right here. You know how it works though. Before we get down to the business of conversation, we got to serve the warm-ups. Yeah, fresh out of the oven. We got your morning news update. But before we do that, we find out what's going on with the weather from the people who know best, the National Met Service. And we've got forecaster Catherine Cumberbatch to line us up.
Light and relatively dry airflow prevails. The 24-hour forecast for Belize and her coastal waters calls for sunny skies today with cloudy intervals, and high temperatures today are expected to reach 78 degrees Fahrenheit along the coast, to 80 inland and 70 over the mountains. Tonight, the skies will be partly cloudy with low temperatures of 70 degrees along coastal areas, 64 over inland and 58 in the higher elevations. Only isolated showers can be expected. The winds will blow from the east and northeast at 5 to 15 knots, and the sea state will be light chop. A low tide will occur at 1 minute past 6 this morning, a high at 11:51 a.m., a low at 5:58 in the evening, and a high at 11:58 tonight. The sun will rise at 6:23 this morning and set at 5:49. The moon set at 17 minutes past 8, and the moon comes up at 8:35 tonight. The outlook for Thursday and Thursday night is for fair conditions to prevail with little to no rain. In the sargassum forecast, satellite and surface observations show an increase in sargassum over northern coastal areas. The forecast suggests that a few mats are likely to continue impacting these areas during the next few days. And that concludes your morning forecast that was prepared here at the National Meteorological Service.
The first private radio in Belize since 1989, Creme FM presents the news. Informative, accurate, current information, local, regional, and international news, weather and sports. And now, the news.
on Tuesday held a press conference to cement their opposition to the intended Belize Telemedia Limited buyout of SpeedNet Smart, citing insufficient supporting data. Business Senator Kevin Herrera remarked that the proponents of the deal lost all credibility when they proposed the purchase of the three other broadband providers for $90 million when in his estimation they were not worth more than $20 million. National Trade Union Congress of Belize Senator Glenfield Dennison said it would be unlawful to go through with the acquisition in contravention of Section 42, subsection 4 of the Telecommunications Act, which prevents a licensee from conduct that would significantly lessen competition. Senator Dennison described the difficulty there would be in overturning a decision once it is made.
They teach us in law school that you could do anything you want, right? The question is whether it's lawful. And so that's how I will answer your question, Marisol. The Prime Minister is correct. He can do it. The PUC can do it. They can do it. I think they intend to do it. I think that is the intention. And this is what the people of Belize need to understand. That once the ink has already dried and monies has already been transferred, no court in this country can then go back and say to BTL, give back smart. Reverse that. DG will then be too big to fail, to be penalized, you tax yourself. So when you then come and say, oh, to do this and it was illegal, the remedy then will just be what? Pay the fine. That is a breach. And then we can't suspend your license because how we are communicating, we're not going to know other choice then. You understand? So yes, they can do it. And that's the danger of it, is that if they do it, flouting the law, right? Without regard for whether it's legal or illegal. Because the fact that we're asking the question whether it's legal means that you should pause and reflect on whether it is. Because that question will be determined later. And if it is determined later, after you don't do the deal, you can't turn back. Once you sign to tell Mr. Ashcroft that you want to give on this money, then the man can then sue you for enforcement of that. You do what you want, it's your regulator, sir. You signed a binding contract with me to buy my company. I acted to your decision. Don't pay me my 10 million. Let's go. You think by the time the court order is issued, 10 million now don't transfer? Mr. Ashcroft no own the bank?
Senator Dennison called the Public Utilities Commission's review of the telecom sector and its statement a PR stunt, and said the regulator has misconstrued its role. However, the PUC later held a discussion with the media and explained that the market dominance assessment is separate from the proposed acquisition. The application currently before the PUC is for BTL's acquisition of SpeedNet shares, not its license. The PUC officials explained that as such, there is no process set out in law to guide the approval process. Additionally, because three of the companies that were to be bought are no longer part of the deal, the PUC is awaiting an updated application from BTL. Here is Sheena Garnett, the PUC's Communication and Consumer Affairs Manager, and Legal Counsel Stacey Greenidge.
It is a live it's a live case that's in front of the PUC, and as you may be aware that the PUC and the decisions that we make are quasi-judicial, and we do not, or we are unable to comment until a final decision has been made on whatever has been submitted in front of us for review. Now, what that process is, the first thing that needs to occur is the PUC receives documentation of whatever is the intent or whatever that agreement is. Once we have received that information, then the PUC would then follow through with reviewing that document, and whatever the Telecommunications Act prescribed for us to do, then we would continue that process. And so if it is prescribed that we are to go to a public consultation, then we would follow what the regulations say. Right? So what we can speak on right now is that we had received that document, and that document, there's been a lot of changes from that initial document, and so we need to just receive whatever is that final submission from the party that is interested for the proposed acquisition.
So BTL cannot sign an agreement to buy out the shares of SpeedNet without the PUC first approving that.
The PUC's approval is required.
But they can make a board decision to say, okay, yes, that's the direction we're going to go. And they won't be in violation of the act.
Well, I can't speak to the actions of the board, BTL's board, only as to the remit of the PUC.
Garnet went into detail on what the process regarding the assessment of the market allows and disallows.
To answer your question, if this public consultation on the assessment of the telecom sector's market dominance assessment, what this public consultation does not do, it does not approve, reject, or put any penalties. It doesn't approve, reject any mergers, any acquisitions, or any transactions, any at all. This public consultation is clear on not doing those things. What it does is it allowed us to look at the market, and this public consultation document and review has been in place way before the realization of a proposed acquisition. And so what it does is we need to put things in place. We need to continue, as Ms. Stacy said, and identify the markets and the changes in the markets. And this is a legal tool, this is a legal structure that we can use for it.
So this is not an exercise, for the avoidance of doubt, this is not an exercise that springs out of the application you all received on January 8th or the notice you received on January 8th. This is a independent, coincidental, really, exercise that started some months ago.
It is an independent exercise that started months ago, yes.
How many months ago?
Mr. Take, it's almost a year.
Well, so over 12 months ago.
Notably, the PUC says if BTL buys out Smart shares, it would effectively make BTL a monopoly in some sectors of the market, not all. For its part, Belize Telemedia Limited on Tuesday night announced it launched a national Know the Facts campaign on the proposed acquisition. It says the intention is for the public to understand what the transaction could mean for telecommunications services in Belize. BTL makes a commitment to protect consumers and adhere to all regulatory requirements. It also promises planned price reductions in the future and expansion into new communities. BTL did not share what form the campaign will take. The National Trade Union Congress of Belize will be out protesting this morning in front of the Social Security Board office in Belize City, where, according to reports, the board will vote on whether or not to support the acquisition of SpeedNet. The Congress has called on the SSB to make its position known publicly. Also protesting at the same location will be the opposition United Democratic Party. The NTUCB will announce later in the week if it intends to protest outside of the National Assembly during Friday's House meeting. That's the end of our morning news update. We'll take a small break. When we come back on the other side, we will be open for the business of conversation. We'll be right back right here on Crumb Radio and on XTV.
Informative, accurate, current information. Crum's newscast. Local, regional, and international news. Weather and sports.
At Atlantic Bank, your convenience is our priority. Our contact center is designed to enhance your banking experience. With a wide range of customer service options, you save time and effort. You can easily call in to block or unblock your debit and credit cards, perform account inquiries, and access detailed card information. Whether you need assistance with online banking, merchant support, or general inquiries, our team is ready to help. For added convenience, if all operators are busy, you can leave your number and an operator will return your call as soon as possible to ensure you receive the support you need. Depending on your transaction type, we may need to verify your identity through a set of security questions. And remember, Atlantic Bank will never request your username or password for Atlantic Online via phone call, text, or email, ensuring your personal information remains safe and secure. Our support team is available Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. in both English and Spanish. Simply dial 223-1212. This is a dedicated line for our contact center. Atlantic Bank is committed to providing you with exceptional service and the tools you need to manage your finances conveniently and securely. Take full advantage of our easy-to-use contact center services today.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Finally, a postpaid plan for 3 people. Introducing Smart Trio. Why pay for mobile service alone when you can share and save? Get unlimited national calls, text, plus 100 gigabytes of shared data. And the best part? It's only $135. That's right, as low as $45 per person. Perfect for small families, couples, or close friends. Smart Trio, 3 lines, 1 smart choice. Sign up now and you could win a Trio getaway to San Pedro for 3. Visit us at www.smart-bz.com for more information or sign up at any showroom today. Smart, bringing people together.
Amandala is now online. You can now access Amandala's midweek and weekend issues online by logging on to our website at amandala.com.bz/news and joining our membership portal today. There's 5 easy steps to get unlimited access to weekly e-paper, archive publications, and a host of other exclusive contents. Number 1, go to Amandala's website. Number 2, navigate to subscribed areas. Number 3, choose a membership level. Number 4, check out using our secured portal. Number 5, log into the members only section. Telephone numbers 501-280-4703 or 202-4477. Fax us at 501-222-4702, or you could email at amandalapress@yahoo.com or amandalapress@gmail.com. Amandala, all power to the people.
right, welcome back to the WUB Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes. For today, 4th of February 2026. And once we are done with the preliminaries, we could get down to the business of conversation. So Wednesday morning, and you are now invited to be a part of the conversation. Krem, good morning.
Good morning, brother. Sorry I cut in for the introduction.
That's cool. The number is 280-5848.
So, my brother, I want you to tell me how you, well, you know, then get this girl thing with the knock dog holla. So, PUC come out as, PUC representatives come out and say something. So, I want you to describe where you think at a PUC press conference. So, make sense, the nice what they make, because I confused about what I say. And I want to give thanks to the senators, the independent senators, where really they fleshed out, especially the NPCB senator as an attorney, who fleshed it out, because I kind of confused. Help me.
Yeah, just a couple things about at least what I saw from the excerpts of their press conference, because I wasn't at the press conference. I didn't get any opportunity to listen to the press conference in its entirety, just based on what has been extracted from the various news channels and our news report. They're saying, hey, our assessment of the dominance in the market is not connected to the acquisition. That one day, my friend, my dear beloved sister, that one day, insane. I mean, so it's just pure coincidence that one, this was done, and two, it was released at this point in time. Okay, but this is just norm. This is just par for the course. Norm at PUC, and we have this report. This is just coincidence.
What is interesting in watching them body language, all of them look uncomfortable. And then all of a sudden nobody can tell when the exact start date for this thing.
Yeah. So again, another interesting take home is the chairman. I think
MIA.
I think I don't want to hear. Listen, you took the job. You are being paid for the job. You are the captain of the ship. And as the captain of the ship, your ship is right now in the crosshairs. The entire nation is trembling with this whole acquisition thing. People are moving into the streets. This has completely engulfed us. All the things that we would want to be talking about, Sister Yaya, my goodness, this is incredible. Like, it's quote unquote Black History Month. You and I have not even given that any energy at all, not even a second. Because this is now, we're engulfed with this, right? And you're the captain of the ship, of the entity according to law that decides whether or not this acquisition process is going to be blessed by you as the regulator. You are the captain of the ship, and you chose to dock. That is, my goodness. You chose to dock. You respect to the professionals who are obviously, let's be honest, and they were very competent. They spoke well, all of that. But as you have described it, you could see that they felt sent out there, and they are professionals. This is their job. They were assigned. They went out there, and I'm not here to discredit them at all. They were sent. This is where you have to go do. But me, the captain of the ship, I want to stay at the back. I have a problem with that leadership there. I have a problem with that kind of mentality there. I feel like if there's ever a moment when a quote-unquote leader steps, when a captain of the ship is heard, is when there's a storm. And so I am absolutely just disappointed in that no-show. And the other thing that struck me that was said was that, you know, this is not BTL. This is not a thing where BTL is not buying out the license for Smart. It's buying out the shares. It's an interesting, clever little technicality being thrown at us. Again, I'm not a lawyer, but there are some problems that come out. So then if you don't get the license, so the license, so what they're saying, as some have already pointed out, so Smart will continue to operate as Smart SpeedNet. It's just that the shares will now belong to BTL. That's very interesting. Very interesting maneuver. Very interesting tactic. You require more trained legal mind than mine to look at that and say, okay, how does that hold water here? And how do they try to, is it just a technicality that they're trying to use to shield themselves off from not doing what they're supposed to do? But yeah, I think in particular, the senator representing Labour went all in on just, and I did it before the press conference, so it was almost preemptive. I think maybe it was a result of that they decided to do a press conference in the afternoon. But I don't know what the timeline is for when they notified the media that they were going to have a press conference. So I can't speak to that.
Mose, the chairperson of the board, not the board, the chairperson of PUC, his name is Dean Molina. And for his actions or inactions, they reveal the kind of leader he is. And that's concerning for me 7 months later. One, him personally never come out like you said, 7 months ago, who, when under for his leadership, the PUC decide to say something, he send out the people and he not come. The longer he takes for come to Belizean people and talk really sweet, the more red flags for his leadership will get. I just say that's my read. One other thing that was brought to my attention, and me don't know if them people related, they're just that they got somebody else with a last name like him in a management that sees SmartNet. I don't know if they have any relation. Just to bring it to the public attention because I don't know. If there would be some relation, I don't know if that's something we need to know about or be concerned about. I don't know. And then I don't remember if we ever had a time when the senators, the independent senators, then come out, like how they come out. And we really have to get in thanks, especially the NCUCB senator and attorney, what broke down the law for we so we could understand it. And I'm glad to make the point that he said something before the PUC press conference. And one of the things where I really appreciate what he said is, no, remember now, because right now the state, they act like we don't care what we say. We want to do what we want to do. That once that ink signs on the paper, there's no turning that back. And instead of who then going, the paper go sign things on paper, which I was going to history with that being there.
Yeah.
So the Belizeans really understand the magnitude, how big this big.
I back you up completely in, we've been critical of the Senate. I've expressed, and I've never been personal about the people. I've always said, I don't. This is an incomplete work, and so I cannot be satisfied with the present structure of the Senate. I've had many complaints, and I'm sure I will have complaints in the future and criticism in the future. So when these individuals are doing more than is required legislatively, because legislatively, all they are expected to do is to go to the Senate and debate and vote. They are putting themselves out there, and they're standing 10 toes deep on this one, and they're not wavering, and they're not emotional. Their arguments are all logic-based, fact-based. It's a great moment for them as senators, and it speaks to what we could benefit from if we're able to find a way to remodel and refine what and how the Senate works. But I want to put this out to you, Sister Yaya. And I want to put it out to, I really, in particular, I want to put it out to people who have expertise and all of that, and to their teacher, Miss Corey. Somebody pulled my quote yesterday and said, "Have you read the Northern Caucus release?" And I said, "No, the very concept of it caused me to be stricken by nausea, that I really wasn't interested in going through the actual document. Just the principle of it having happened was like, my goodness, man, what are we doing here?" And truth be told, you have to go through these things. So it's in this document that we are given more information, at least more of what is being said by BTL's leadership. And in this document, one of the things that is highlighted by the Northern Caucus of the People's United Party, they say we have to support this because the acquisition of SpeedNet by BTL is going to cause an increase of gross revenues from $167 million to $207 million Belize. Essentially saying that that's the annual gross of SpeedNet. It's $40 million. And once we acquire it, that's what we're going to get. But it goes on to say that this is then going to result in an increase in dividends of 216%. Follow the numbers with me, and I'm no financial expert, no accountant, disclaimer. I just to tell you what they in the release that was told to the Northern Caucus people who were there. We will take on SpeedNet's gross of $40 million, which once we do that, it's going to end up in an increase in dividends of 216%. So if you're a shareholder of BTL, you go 216%. Wow. But then you have to then do a little bit of arithmetic, which I tried to do, because I want to see what exactly these people are saying. No. In just without doing the arithmetic, you don't even have to do the arithmetic to say that what they are saying is that with all the business acumen that exists in the leadership of SpeedNet at this point in time, from everything we understand, SpeedNet is not doing well. No less than its majority shareholder says too much redundancy in the market not big enough for you to do well enough. So one would have to assume that best case scenario, SpeedNet, they broke even, or they do a little bit better, broke even. It means that all that business acumen at SpeedNet cannot convert $40 million of gross revenue into a satisfactory amount of return. But that if you take that same operation and put it in the hands of the people who are in charge of BTL's board at this point in time, we will convert that into overwhelming profit. So them business genius, including the person that everybody views as being the smartest investor that has ever come to Belize, has been unable to make a satisfactory profit margin with what exists right now as is SpeedNet. But if we just change the ownership of that, the returns to our investors is going to be massive. Yes, 216%. You don't have to do the math. You don't have to be an arithmetic inclined person for no 216% of anything is significant. But let us do a little bit of the maths. The last dividends total was, at least based on what I have found. These numbers are subject to being ratified, corrected, but just based on what I have found, for 2024, 2025, the total dividends put out was around $13 million. If we times that by 216%, we are looking at a total dividend payout of $28 million, which again, non-financial expert, not a banker, not an accountant, when I figure out what that means, it seems to me to suggest, and I really want the people who have better brains and better knowledge and better training than me help me out here, but it seems to suggest that what the BTL management is saying, we will convert $40 million gross into $15 million of hard profit, meaning that all the money that is spent and all the value of BTL right now could only have produced dividends of $13 million. But if I get that, I will double. So the rate on this is that that out of every dollar, for almost 40 cents is going to be juice. My God, if my analysis is right, we have some magicians at BTL that we should put in charge of every goddamn business we have any shares in this nation. Because that is some magical thing. Either they got magic or it's bullshit. I don't know for a fact. I can only say that I'm leaning towards bullshit. But sister, maybe I am underestimating the talent that exists at BTL. These are magician people. The numbers, these are not my numbers, and I don't know it. I have to make room for the possibility that the people who put out the Northern Caucus release were misunderstood or in error or just completely blundered in what they were putting out to the public. I'm going on what they say. They was the take-home message after they had the consultation with the BGL people. I imagine that involves the chair. This was what was told to them. The dividends is going to go up by 216%. The gross is going to go up by $40 million. And if it goes up by $40 million, what you're saying to me is you are absolutely saying to me that you want to get gross without any additional cost. Any additional cost. Because you throw out 40 cents return per every increased dollar revenue where you get from this acquisition. That's what you are telling your shareholders. This is if this is what it is, then we don't have to talk any further. This is just one bullshit game that you have going on here, bro. Again, I really throw that out. I really did not study the release. I can't call yesterday and say, you read the release? You need to check the numbers, what then it say. And the call where I get that by somebody where got much better financial understanding than me, but they put this out there now based on my broke down upon it. And so I would have wanted somebody to say, oh no, that's so that goes, no, they're not that this, they're not that. When they said 216% increase in dividends, no, I end up with one total payout that dividends at 28 million. No, they're not so that going. I am here to be enlightened, corrected. I don't got no ego in that. Like I none of that. You could correct me right now, 100%. You understand what I say, sister?
Yes, but I just shocked. I really appreciate the person who pull your quote. I gone and look for it, and I find the press release indeed. And I mean, that's what I tell her. I have to give thanks to we people for this collective effort to make more way get overstanding 216.67%. So if I wrong it up, that's 217% then the talk about.
So somebody to point out to me that my math is wrong. My analysis. No, hold up, sister. Hold up. Somebody that knows details, finances very well is saying, bro, you're wrong. We are actually projecting to get 75 cents of every dollar. So they're telling me that I'm wrong, sister, but I'm wrong because they underestimate severely what they are projecting to get. So all the business geniuses, and I had to tell her, I know they had to be sarcastic. I mean, come on, I know somebody like that. Like, come on, like for whatever my criticisms and problems with Mr. Ashcroft, he did at levels, and he has enough money for have the best consultants money could buy. That's what it means to be a billionaire. When you get a bodyguard, your bodyguard farmer special service. When you get one lawyer, you get the top of the class lawyer. That way money gives you money. Even if you're never smart when you're born, money and make could buy smart. No pun intended. So I don't belittle them people. I just try to say what we are being told by our local geniuses at BGL. Then Bali, I don't know about telecommunication. Then they let the baffle with when they got them. But when we get it, we watch out. Cream. I'm not tell about any kind of cream. I tell about the one who come in a pan, the wood and done cream. They tell about no margarine. I tell about cream with butter. That's what them boys say we get. 75 cents. But listen, You're wrong, Waka. But you're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong completely. So, to people where they listen to the argument and are being told about the heaven, the heaven-like returns on the other side of this acquisition, I would ask for you to, especially shareholders of BTL, I don't know if this was only like a home field advantage kind of bullshit package. Like, okay, well, we know we could tell them one year anything they are for we people. I don't know if that happened, right? Maybe they have alternate versions of this. If you meet with people with no finance, you can't tell them that. But if you meet with just some loyalists, well, they could tell them anything. Maybe it's possible, right, sister?
Yes, take for Konomono.
But you would think that once the release is put out to the public, that if the release is erroneous and it's not the information that you stand behind, that you would come out and, would I say, remove yourself from that. Say, oh, I mean, you know, we love the support and everything, but no, you misinterpret it. That's not what would he say. But this release was put out on the weekend, which is unusual. No? I think this release was put out on Sunday. So by the time on the morning we are talking about this release. So this release was put out. Today is Wednesday, and they have not denied the release. They have not denied the numbers. They have not said, oh, sorry, but we love and support, but we're not there, don't know. So again, this is what is put out, and it represents one either situation. You could either believe that somehow we get lucky and find, world-class type visionaries, business minds, the BTL, where know-how for it's called alchemy. The alchemy was the pursuit of the formula to convert non-precious metals into gold. So in the medieval age, you had a bunch of people who feel like we must find how to convert bronze into gold. Alchemy. So spoiler alert, they never did find that formula there. But apparently, in 2026, we have some legitimate alchemists where they know how to turn something with a bronze into pure gold, my friend. Into pure gold. Again, I don't have no ego in this. If I'm wrong, if my understanding of it is based on my limited background in finance and all of them things, well then I'm wrong, and I must say I'm wrong. Again, the confirmation where I get just now by message, that for somebody we're very familiar and said, no, where we the project is more than that. More magical than what you may say. And more magical than what they say is the alchemy. That's how I see it, sister. But
give thanks to the person who texted on that I love. I want Belizean people remember this moment. And when organized people come together, the only so we want to look at for best interest. Now, Mose, run them maths again. They're not part based for your calculation. They're not 40%.
You want to read the release, even though I know you eat nothing yet for the morning, and the release really.
I send the release. I tell the people, let's put it up on the screen so people can see where Mose the talk about. But I want to read it. Yes, I want to reid it. But I also want to tell me now, how much of the percentage would the text said at 70? How much percent?
Man, it said 75 cents of every dollar. of smart.
75 cents, not 40 cents, based on the
No 40
information.
cents,
That's
75
almost
cents.
double.
Yeah. I don't know how I saw. I miss that. If that I'm an exam, I feel.
I may have paid it too.
Yeah.
Read the press release.
I don't read the whole thing. I can't handle the whole thing. I just want to read the part where I speak to the financial analysis. It said the financial analysis presented to the caucus indicated that revenues are projected to increase from approximately $167 million to $207 million following the consolidation. That revenue, right? So revenue are not profit. It means that how much more money we want to make in, we want to get. Once we get that, then we want for their revenues want to be for we revenues. So what it's saying is that right now, that's what it's calling SMART's annual gross revenues. It has to be there. You know, if I buy your panada shop and I say once I buy that I want to make $10 more, it means that way your panada shop tell me to make $10. So you say I get that, I went from 167 to $207 million. That's, yeah, you know, good. But then no, revenue don't mean profit. So he had to talk about that. The dividends per share is projected to increase by 216.67%. Money gone down to 2 decimal points there, my sister. Yeah. So you know that the maths, the work, that's a big calculator, the work here. You know, just give one 216% is enough. They come wrong. If you wrong it off, it may be 217%. Wrong half the thing. No. We into precision wrong here, you know. So we give you 216.67%. Reflecting anticipated improvements in operational performance. That means that we got it. That we know how to do this thing. Uno knock on head. Uno the baffle. Watch when we hold that. Watch when we convert that. With a straight cream of butter. That's all you want to get. Again, then I know my figures. I don't make up the figures. I never hear it. I don't know where I hear. I know from a source. Something that has been put on the public record that has not been denied by the people who made the presentation to those who put out the release. So if there is a mistake there, it's not on me. I don't make up nothing there. You feel me, sister?
But I just so proud that we as Belizean people right now.
I know you go through all the moments. I want you to understand that I just threw out this for something for make we, they say one of the inherent advantages of machine intelligence over mankind is that any particular agent, because everything is online, are able to instantly connect to all these servers and access all the information and all the processing of all the others. It is their ability to instantly operate as a herd brain. My brain can't connect to your brain, can't connect to brains instantly. We have to read something where somebody say or hear something where somebody say, and even then we only get that little piece of information. So the inherent advantage in a machine intelligence is its instant access to all the other machine intelligence around the world because of how it's designed. Well, we not got that. The next best, that we throw this thing out there, and that's what happens in a talk show. We to some extent, we can mimic that. Not as efficiently, but definitely there's an element of it. We probably know the brain power of the herd can come into play. Because of the brain power of the herd steer me in the right direction. Because, sister, listeners, viewers, I would have never go back and read that document there. I didn't even read the document. I say I don't got time for that. Which is wrong. Which is unacceptable on my part. Even if I dislike the notion, you have to hear and see what is being said. Right? Give thanks that somebody said you should go back to that document and extract the numbers, because we don't got a lot of numbers to go upon right now. And that is true. So this is data, and I had to put this data now out to the brain power of the herd. So it's not, I am not declaring that this is the last judgment on what has been put out in those numbers. I just to say this is our starting point. Make a hear from the brain power of the herd. You feel me, sister?
Respect, but I really, again, I appreciate the reason, because I learned. I know we got a school saying with the hardest picnic, I for feel for land. And the bad part is that if this administration not listen to what we the people say, that we the people want feel in a bad way. So I know.
And why it's critical? Why it's critical is that each one of us has to make a conclusion as to whether or not this process is being done in a serious way by serious people. And when I say serious, I don't mean that they're not serious about what they want, because it is abundantly clear in the face of all the on-record opposition to this, there's no relenting. So in that regard, they are very serious. When I speak to seriousness, it's the kind of seriousness suggests that these are people who are acting out of conviction, and they have done the kind of thorough, the diligent, the meticulous analysis that their decision is based out of that. It's not based on a directive that has been given to them. It is based on the hard work of assessing, analyzing, processing, and then being moved by that data. Their conviction is based on serious, focused work that has been done. And there are times when we do serious, focused work when we get it wrong. Anybody you give a homework and your research and you do everything to get it right, but you're wrong. But you were serious. You see? You were very serious. And as opposed to this is an exercise in which the information is more propaganda than you would say substance. And if you are going to make a decision as it relates to telecommunications in a nation, and when you have the wheel in your hands for a company that is a multi-million-dollar corporate entity in which the citizens of a country have a majority stake in it, you are obligated, you are duty bound. I mean, even if they're a panada shop, you run your duty bound. But at this level, I mean, come on, there should be no. Your level of preparation and seriousness should just blow us away. This is blowing me away. This is blowing me away in a different way. In a different way.
I can answer this quickly, brother, and I hear you. Again, I appreciate, because I know me a thinker that there's a seriousness of this. if the Social Security representative on the BTL board said no to the acquisition, what that mean? Because that's only one person, right?
Yeah, it's only one person. It is only one person. The value of it is for the people that representative represents, because that person represents the interest of everybody that works and contributes to the scheme. So even though on that board, the people who are there have one vote, there is a different value to each vote, in my view. And the vote of the Social Security Board's rep is, I feel, the most consequential vote. It's the vote that has the greatest value. And any vote that happens with that vote dissenting, again, this is just my opinion, then it doesn't have the blessing of the people of Belize. I don't care. The political directorate can speak about its election victory and all of that, but when people voted, they did not vote on the basis of, at least in my view, and we have to look on it, as it can be pointed out, unfortunately, many people vote out of what's in it for them, whatever it is. And that's a whole conversation as to how it is we treat our votes. But I don't accept anybody that tries to declare that winning an election means I have a mandate to do whatever it is I want to do. I don't believe in the concept of a blank check mandate. Absolutely not. When we are talking here now where the process is being examined by professionals who understand, listen, we are responsible for the protection of the workers' contributions. That has nothing to do with who won the last election. That has to do with making sure that in no way you are running a risk to the money for people's, what I call, later days. You don't play with that. So I think that is an extremely consequential vote, and it's important. You know, I guess it comes down to mathematics. That's the way it works. Majority rules there. Now, I don't see how a no from that representative can be ignored or should be ignored. We shouldn't allow it to be ignored.
Respect, brother. Only organized people and save the people. One love.
All right, 7:39. We go to 2 cents scam. This break is sponsored by Fort Point Security. Then we take our first break. We'll be right back.
Watching WB, and this is XTV. Big respect to our sponsors, Fort Point Security. Right? So if you're going to Hopkins, what one of the 3 things you must experience? Let's go find Hopkins.
Kenima cooking class, that one we probably make food. That'll be the next one. Check out Maxim's the best ceviche as well. Maximus Bar and Grill for the beach. And to go to Garipuna for cultural food.
Eat horo, go swim, and go watch the drumming so we can.
That are your 3 things once. You must do not have
dance the punta. I drink the beer, that's how I feel.
Which one?
Well, ice cream, but nice.
2.
Tired of replacing light bulbs? LEDs are what you need. LEDs last up to 30,000 hours. That's 30 times longer than incandescent bulbs, and up to 8 times longer than compact fluorescents. So less changing and less trash. planet Earth thanks you. And the LED experts at Brothers Habet and Habet will help you find the best LED solution with colors for every room and mood, starting as low as $6.95. You can even get LED strips for home, office, and industrial use. So say goodbye to fluorescent tubes forever. And because they use up to 90% less energy, you save money. Money you can spend on other things. So head to Brothers Habet or Habet and Habet today. You can also call, email, or Facebook us. Have a brilliant day.
En Atlantic Bank, tu comodidad es nuestra prioridad. Nuestro centro de contacto está diseñado para mejorar tu experiencia bancaria. Con una amplia gama de opciones de servicio al cliente, ahorras tiempo y esfuerzo. Puedes llamar fácilmente para bloquear o desbloquear tus tarjetas de débito y crédito, realizar consultas de cuentas y acceder a información detallada de tus tarjetas. Ya sea que necesites asistencia con la banca en línea, apoyo para comercios o consultas generales, nuestro equipo está listo para ayudarte. Para mayor comodidad, si todos los operadores están ocupados, puedes dejar tu número y un operador te devolverá la llamada lo antes posible para asegurarse de que recibas el apoyo que necesitas. Para mayor seguridad, es posible que necesitemos verificar tu identidad con un conjunto de preguntas sencillas. Recuerda, Atlantic Bank nunca solicitará tu nombre de tu usuario ni contraseña de Atlantic Online por llamada telefónica, mensaje de texto o correo electrónico, asegurando que tu información personal permanezca segura y protegida. Nuestro equipo de apoyo está disponible de lunes a viernes, de 8 a.m. a 6 p.m. en inglés y en español. Simplemente marca al 223-1212. Esta es la línea dedicada para nuestro centro de contacto. Atlantic Bank se compromete a brindarte un servicio excepcional y las herramientas que necesitas para administrar tus finanzas de manera conveniente y segura. Aprovecha al máximo nuestro servicio del centro de contacto.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Finally, a postpaid plan for 3 people. Introducing Smart Trio. Why pay for mobile service alone when you can share and save? Get unlimited national calls, texts, plus 100 gigabytes of shared data. And the best part? It's only $135. That's right, as low as $45 per person. Perfect for small families, couples, or close friends. Smart Trio, 3 lines, 1 smart choice. Sign up now and you could win a Trio getaway to San Pedro for 3. Visit us at www.smart-bz.com for more information or sign up at any showroom today. Smart, bringing people together.
Tired of appliances that just don't last? Appliances that just can't keep up? It's time for a change. GE Appliances delivers reliability, innovation, and performance you can trust. The decision is easy. Don't settle for less. Choose quality. Choose reliability. Choose GE.
Festival come to this very nation.
In Isaiah 30:29 it says, and you will sing as on the night you celebrate a holy festival, and your heart will rejoice. The body of Christ will unite, and many hearts will rejoice on the Saturday, March 7, 2026 at the Belize Civic Center, beginning at 6 p.m. as a Heavenly Productions brings to you Jesus Festival.
Yeah, Jesus.
Featuring the hottest gospel artist coming out of the Bahamas, Sherwin Gardner.
So I say, with all of my heart and all of my soul, I worship you, oh Jah. Tell them that the praise never stops. All I want to do is give you the highest praise.
Also showcasing one of the biggest gospel artists from out of Trinidad and Tobago, Positive, dropping his hit tunes.
Rolling in my two-man army, my Jesus and I wanna sing out some sweet gospel reggae. Listen after blessing and nothing can hold it back.
And then it's the return of the biggest gospel band in Belize, Heavenly.
I'm gonna be heavenly's for life, serving Jesus Christ.
And all the way from Atlanta, Georgia, USA, the daughter of the world-famous televangelist Creflo Dollar, none other than Jordan Dollar, with her hit song. Also highlighting Genesis 501 from Capital City, Pemberton. Blind Sight, Genesis Gospel Band from Sugar City, Orange Walk. Reality Youth, Pastor Herman Blees and the Kings Park Prince team. Pastor Frederick Gordon and Garin Carvalho and his GCO group. Remember Jesus Festival.
Jesus Festival, yeah, Jesus, rocking on the world. I said,
Taking place Saturday, March 7, Belize Civic Center from 6 p.m. until. Bring out the entire family for a time of praising God and witnessing souls being saved and lives being recommitted to God. For tickets, call 615-4766. That's 615-4766. Sponsors: Angela's Press, Racina's Imports, Cellular World, Love FM, More FM, Quem Radio, Vibes Radio, Plus TV, Channel 7, Channel 5, and Wave Radio. Come on out and be blessed.
Jesus Festival, yeah, Jesus.
President, His Excellency Dr. Irfan Ali, my friend, welcome to Belize. Your visit, the first state visit by a president of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana, is history-making.
Belize and Guyana share many things in common. Culture, common history. Both of us want to learn from the past, and both of us want to share what knowledge we have with each other to the shared prosperity, friendship, and warmth of our two countries. I believe that this is just the beginning of a deeper relationship.
From the moment of our arrival, my delegation and I have felt not only the warmth but the easy familiarity of a Caribbean family welcoming one of its own. I am deeply honored to have been invited on a state visit to this magnificent country, an expression of the highest respect between sovereign nations, and a moment to reaffirm the bonds that connect our peoples, our institutions, and our shared aspirations.
Amandala is now online. You can now access Amandala's midweek and weekend issues online by logging on to our website at amandala.com.bz/news and joining our membership portal today. There's 5 easy steps to get unlimited access to weekly e-paper, archive publications, and a host of other exclusive contents. Number 1, go to Amandala's website. Number 2, navigate to subscribed areas. Number 3, choose a membership level. Number 4, check out using our secured portal. Number 5, log into the members only section. Telephone numbers 501-280-4703 or 202-4477. Fax us at 501-222-4702, or you could email at amandalapress@yahoo.com or amandalapress@gmail.com. Amandala, all power to the people.
Welcome back to the WB Wake Up Release Morning Vibes. It's Wednesday, the 4th of February 2026. Mose Hyde hosting on this Wednesday morning. The telephone number is 280-5848. That's the live line for you to participate in the conversation. We have a call. Krem, good morning. WB.
Good morning, Mose. It's Sandra Coy.
Good morning, Ms. Coy.
The PUC, in the figures they gave out, they were actually able to tell us how many subscribers each company has. Now, I don't know if you're aware, I think I had said it on the radio, that when BTL had their meeting with their staff and they were asked, well, what is the number of subscribers to smart services, they were told that they can't be given that figure because BTL doesn't know that figure and will only know that figure when they are sure the sale will take place. They didn't tell them anything about non-disclosure agreements or anything, just that they can't give them that figure. They don't know that figure and will only know that figure when the sale is certain. So all of a sudden, PUC is able to tell us how many subscribers BTL has and how many subscribers Smart has, right? And if I remember from the little excerpt, I don't know if the excerpt was read correctly, BTL figure has gone up to 75% of the market of the subscribed register, and Smart is 25%. They told the employees at the meeting a couple Fridays ago that BTL commands 70% of the subscribed listing, and Smart commands 30%. So if you even go on the 30% or the 75%, it's a 5% difference. BTL Smart is almost half, less than half of the BTL's listing, right? Now, you said a while ago, if I heard you correctly, that 13 million is it the last reported dividend payout?
The last payout, 13 million.
The last payout, 13 billion, 13 million.
Yeah.
So when you do the basic math on that, assuming that the infrastructure, because I made it my business to inquire, well, do you all have the capacity to take on this Smart subscription listing right away? They said no. They were told that it would take 1 year to migrate the Smart component into the BTL component, which then means it needs, and I specifically asked, and that will require infrastructure investment, capitalization of infrastructure. I was told yes. Now, They can correct me, but this is what they told that crowd when they met with them. So let us assume that the infrastructure they have, as I was told, is not, they cannot take in that size of a population growth into the company. They need to expand their infrastructure. And it will take a minimum of 1 year to do it. Let us say they have the infrastructure in place. Then Mose, how in heaven's name 13 million increased to 28 million? Because when you do the math on a proportional scale, using ratio, whatever you all want to call it out there, in arithmetic it's called proportional ratio, you are going to get SMART's contribution of 4.33 million to the income. If BTL's current income, the profit it can share with its shareholders is 13 million, then so they have to come and tell us the formula. They have to tell us the formula that they use to make their calculation, because by the standard formulas that can't happen unless you have written in an increase in subscription rates, charges. Let's start with smart modes. On the postpaid plan, you pay 10 cents per minute approximately for a call to a BTL number. If you call a smart number, you don't pay anything. Now, if you make an international call on the postpaid plan, that the amount that you have agreed to subscribe to, you can pay, I don't know if it applies to all the plans, but to one of the plans, you pay 29 cents something per minute to call the U.S., as opposed to paying 59 cents on a prepaid plan. If you buy your credit in advance, and then they charge you per minute for your usage. So on the prepaid plan, you pay 59 cents if you call the U.S. and 59 cents if you call locally. To which I once questioned, well, how come it's the same when it's way over there is the U.S. and here is the least? How? I was told that this 59 cents is agreed. It's PUC managed. I'm going to say that PUC managed rate, which then ensures the minimum of tax that the government can get. But they're not getting the same amount on smart most, because we pay 10 cents on a particular plan for smart per minute in country, and 29 cents per minute to the United States, which is way below the 59 cents that you get charged, which they say is what is the rate. So how are you going to get that kind of increase if the rates that are currently operating in smart remain in place? You please tell me how that's going to happen. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yes, I'm following.
It makes no sense. Only if you decide that you're going to, because you will have a total monopoly, as Mr. Espat pointed out. That Northern Caucus alerted me. I wondered, why did they go to the business of bringing out this? Who arranged this meeting so that a little sector of the Belizean populace suddenly has an opinion that merits national radio coverage, when they don't want to pay attention to the bulk of other people who have an opinion? And I didn't hear the figures, that part, because I missed that transmission. I don't know if it was read over the radio, but I didn't. But I heard the part where Mr. Espat agreed that it's a monopoly. My understanding was, wasn't he being questioned in connection with that same Northern Caucus affair?
Yes, he was.
Yes. So you have no less than a member of parliament of the ruling party agreeing that we are ending up with a bad monopoly. He said so. He said so. That we are ending up with an internal monopoly. Externally, it's not monopolized. I don't agree with him on the external. The external is definitely monopolized. That's why the French are hauling. I don't know if you're aware that Mose is being summoned to judicial presentation in France on April the 20th. Are you aware of that?
I only know his place was raided by there was I guess enforcement officials went to his ex-platform office in Paris and they took away a bunch of stuff.
They raided the compound of X in France.
Yes.
And came away with evidence of the use of grok to create compromised situations of young girls and minors in sexually compromised productions.
I missed that.
Among other things. Because remember I told you a couple of weeks ago that the Europeans, that is at the heart of the European pushback. And also the control of information. The Europeans have decided we can't afford. In a negotiation with the UK, guess what? They are demanding access to the register of national health, the national health user register, as part of an agreement on digital service provision to the UK. So the Europeans not happy at all. And the US government is threatening now, the government now, remember, is issuing threats to the European Union because of their confrontation with Musk and with the other one, him. There's another one that is has accused the EU of being the only country that has taken legal action against the, and he says the entire tech industry, American. But the Europeans are saying the Americans are controlling too much of their information, which is absolutely right. But coming back now, so now, go ahead.
So I think just to kind of clarify the incredible projection that they have is that 30 million dividends for 70% of the subscriber
makes
base.
No sense.
But if you acquire 30% of the subscriber base, it's going to double.
They told the employees 70%, that BTL commands 70% of the market and Smart commands 30% of the market. But if I heard rightly in the little excerpt that I heard, the little part that I heard from the PUC, they said they gave the number of subscribers for both companies, so suddenly they are revealing what Smart employees were told they can't be told because BTL doesn't know it, and cannot be revealed until the sale is guaranteed. But PUC revealed it in their thing, but they changed the numbers. If I heard rightly, they are saying that Smart and BTL commands 75% of the market and Smart 20. Well, if you subtract 75 from 100, you leave 25, right? So anyway, look at it. We could use it the 30 or whatever. But I use the 75. They are going to end. We are going to end up. How can they? They would get 4.33 million with the same kind of infrastructure. So what you're going to change the infrastructure for the Smart section? What you're going to put in? What's this? Bearing in mind that Smart operates on a radio transmission.
The 4 million is if it were consistent with the ratio.
4.33 million
would be consistent if you look at the ratio of subscriber, but their projection is saying it will double 216%. We get to 28 million.
No, but that's what I'm telling you, that we shouldn't be here trying to figure. Let them come and tell us the formula that allow them to get that kind of dividend increase. Let them come and tell us. The same set of people who told the Northern Caucus that must now come to the Belizean public. You never spend time on your enemies or your opponent's brains. You make your opponent tell you where nonsense is. That's nonsense. That makes no sense. To start with, you're not going to migrate smart into your business until within less than a year. It will take a year or more to do it. And what are you going to migrate? Are you going to be so until that year is up, you don't have the money to buy new infrastructure because you had to borrow. You're now borrowing from Mr. Ashcroft, or well, I don't know, from the whole set of Smart. I don't know if it's only Mr. Ashcroft will be paid or who will be paid. But Smart, you have to buy it. You're buying it in installments. So you're going to pay a down payment of $10 million, and then the remaining $70 million will be paid in 4 installments. Well, over a period of 4 years. And so you don't have the money to do that. Because remember, I made sure that I inquired whether BTL is able to move the Smart population immediately into the BTL structure, and I was told no. It will take 1 year.
That's a major point. Ms. Kobe, I got to go to break, but thank you very much for the input this morning.
What happened?
I said, yes, that's a major clarification that you had secured. I said, but I have to go to break, so I was thanking you for the input this morning.
But just bring them into studio now to tell us all how they come out with that calculation. Makes no sense at all. Absolutely. Bye-bye.
We go to break, we'll be back. When we come back, we're going to change the vibe a bit. We have guests, two sets of guests coming up right here inside the WB Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes on this Wednesday morning. We return shortly.
Mark your calendars. February 12th, wine and cheese under the stars at the House of Culture in Belize City. Enjoy food, exquisite wines, gourmet cheeses, live performances, cultural entertainment, handmade craft, plus a bouncy house for the kids, cocktails at the Oasis Bar, and entrance is completely free. Hosted by William Neal and Dwayne Moody, 5:30 to 10 p.m. This is the event you don't want to miss. Sponsored by Culture is My Business, a project of the National Institute of Culture and History NIT with support from Matisco and the Belize City Council. Mark your calendars, February 12th, wine and cheese under the stars at the House of Culture in Belize City. See you there.
Clean and maintain your yard the best way with Honda trimmers and lawn mowers. Honda Lawn and Garden Equipment. Available at Benquip. Equipment, parts, service.
Our Belize City is growing because of continued investment. From rehabilitated streets to expanding neighborhoods, significant investments are improving how our city functions and how our communities live. In the last 2 years alone, more than 250 streets have been rehabilitated, representing almost $34 million invested directly in physical infrastructure that improves access and quality of life. At the same time, the city continues to expand. Developments such as the Holy Emmanuel area, also known as Gungalung, reflect increased demand for land and housing as Belize City expands in a more sustainable and resilient way. These planned developments support safer communities and long-term sustainability, contributing to rising property values across the city. Under the Town's Property Evaluation Act, property values are required to be reviewed every 5 years. The last valuation adjustment was done in 2013. This adjustment simply brings property values closer to today's market reality, while the tax rate itself remains unchanged. Let's break it down. For a vacant property valued at $25,000, we charged an annual 2% rate, which works out to a payment of $500. Under the new assessment, the property value has appreciated by 40%, making the property now worth $35,000. Therefore, the new amount to be paid will be 2% of $35,000, which works out to $700. For an occupied property valued at $25,000, we charge an annual 10% rate, which works out to $2,500. Under the new assessment, the property's value has appreciated by 18%, making the property now worth $29,500. Therefore, the new amount to be paid will be 10% of $29,500, which works out to $2,950. To support property owners, your Belize City Council is encouraging residents to take advantage of the ongoing property tax prepayment incentives. Property owners receive 15% off in January, 10% off in February, and 5% in March. And senior citizens receive a 35% discount year-round. Remember, this adjustment represents an appreciation in your property's worth, not a change in tax rates, ensuring continued investment in your city while providing valuable data for informing investors, municipal bondholders, and individual credit assessments. And we want residents to know the law provides a clear mechanism for review and appeal if needed. Those who believe their valuation does not fairly reflect their property have the right to engage the Belize City Valuation Appeals Board. Your Belize City Council remains committed to openness, accountability, and ensuring that growth is managed fairly for everyone. Your Belize City Council, always about the people.
Sea una persona ocupada o atrapado en el tráfico, o que tenga una circunstancia adversa o muy exigente, la tensión se acumula y lo estresa. El estrés ataca a todos en cualquier momento, a cualquier edad. El estrés es un asesino. Es mejor estar vivo que muerto, así que visite la farmacia de Freetown para obtener opciones.
Hola, ¿qué tal? ¿Qué puedo hacer para usted hoy?
Estoy bien estresado.
Ok, tengo una pastilla que te va a ayudar, ¿ok? Que toma una de eso al día para 10 días y va a estar bien después, ¿sabes?
Ok. Farmacia Freetown, carretera 28 Freetown, donde estás mejor vivo que muerto. Farmacia Freetown, teléfono 22 32 87 6.
For decades, BEL has powered Belize's growth and progress, lighting homes, energizing industries, and fueling national development. But in a world reshaped by extreme weather patterns, digital transformation, and evolving customer needs, the future of energy demands a new approach. The future of energy is now, and it's not just about new technology, it's about people and how we use, manage, and store power smarter. BEL is leading the transformation, blending modern advancements with the wisdom of sustainable energy practices. Integrating technologies will redefine how Belize produces and uses energy. With distributed generation and smart grid technologies, customers are becoming power partners. Energy is no longer a one-way street. BEL is making key investments that will reinforce the grid to make this a reality, ensuring energy security for generations. At BEL, we are more than an energy provider. We work to safeguard Belize's energy future, which will have demand response programs, where customers will be able to shift use during peak hours to take advantage of the new time of use or off-peak rate structures. Customer energy portals, real-time insights and tools to track usage and manage energy smarter. Smart metering, advanced metering infrastructure, faster, safer service and actionable energy insights. Distributed generation, integrating rooftop solar, microgrids and battery storage for two-way power flows into the national grid. Together, we are bringing you a brighter tomorrow.
Amandala is now online. You can now access Amandala's midweek and weekend issues online by logging on to our website at amandala.com.bz/news and joining our membership portal today. There's 5 easy steps to get unlimited access to weekly e-paper, archive publications, and a host of other exclusive contents. Number 1, go to Amandala's website. Number 2, navigate to subscribed areas. Number 3, choose a membership level. Number 4, check out using our secured portal. Number 5, log into the members only section. Telephone numbers 501-280-4703 or 202-4477. Fax us at 501-222-4702, or you could email at amandalapress@yahoo.com or amandalapress@gmail.com. Amandala, all power to the people.
Welcome back to the WUB Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes Wednesday morning. Changing temperature, changing energy, as we now give our full attention to what's coming up in a couple of days. On Sunday, it is the 22nd annual tribute to Bob Marley from Dawa Cyber Theatre, and we know who is here now. Once we say that, we have the founder of this tribute, Dara Robinson, and the co-producer, foundation member of this tribute,
Faithful servant,
Kwame Unity Scott, is in the house. Gentlemen, this is the garnish. You've been here before. The work is out there. The event is known. Its reputation is large. How are you feeling?
We don't want dot the I's and cross the T's. We are having a Bob Marley festival.
Right.
We're not going Bob Marley tribute only. From 11 in the morning till 1 a.m., it's all about Robert Nesta. At the same time, I want you to know that from 11, you could come and get food. All different style, flavor. If you may visit the food court at the Creme Punta Tobia thing, it's the same, similar kind of vibration. We have multiple vendors selling multiple different kinds and classes of food and cuisines. And in the festival fashion, we got arts and craft. If you want a Rasta belt, chain, earring, buckle, shoes, shirts, Miss Jackie want the right there for that. Also, housekeeping. Tickets for Sunday's event can be bought in advance for $15 or $20 at the gate. In advance, you can get tickets from Dara or myself, or you can visit American Closeout, Alpha Mail on Bishop Street, Desert's Closet, Amandala Press, and Quick Pass with the Step It Up. And we've just added Naked Chicken. Chef Ian said, give me a break in this. So Chef have tickets also for the raffle. I want to allow the raffle to talk about the raffle, but not before saying that we have tickets in advance, but you can also pay at the gate. 15 in advance, 20 at the gate. I believe we won't be charging until about 4 in the evening. So before that, we're good. Now remember, the lineup stiff, the lineup solid. The lineup, they give me headache just so I know behind the scene, because we have one set of selectors where everybody is a star in their own right. Everybody has a solid background in their own right. And we also have J. Cass visited one of their rehearsals. They're supposed to invite you to our next one. I might give you a sneak peek, but that's no regular tribute, so to speak. In like fashion, Dara style, we invite everybody. Family vibration, young baby in a hand, grandpa, granny, preacher, pastor, the thing clean, come visit with, come see what we deal with. The message is clean, no profanities, no vulgarity. Dara, raffle. I set the table.
Because man spread propaganda on me chance.
I have it. You want me to show it? You want me to show it? Propaganda can be facts. Facts are facts, man. Facts are facts. Try to change the subject. Tell me about the raffle.
All right, Remember for the raffle and also the show, you could call my number 623-3662, 623-3662. At a pass cycle, I could find you and drop off your ticket. I must say, the other outlets like where I say have tickets are really just for the show. Only Naked Chicken have for the cycle and the show.
I do too, I have raffle tickets.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah,
I probably got a winning ticket in my bundle, you know, so you might not buy for me.
Remember this cycle, brand new.
Where the picture of the cycle there?
Show it, the one who are pimp, the one who are pimp.
Yeah, they have some pictures of how the ride got the cycle pimp out, you know.
Yeah, but
if you don't want it like that, how you have the pimp out, you can always, but the rubber mall up the cycle. The team.
Correct.
WUB, good morning. Good morning. Oh, gone. Got you there.
Yeah, remember this cycle coin, 1 year insurance, 1 year license, 1 helmet, and 1 full tank of gas. So somebody, night of the event, one carry that home. I wish the person, they out there, but you don't have to be out there for buy a ticket and take part in this raffle. We can call you and they on Facebook Live, and after that we can do a news thing with the winner just to make sure people say the thing legit.
It's a brand new cycle.
Brand new.
Plastic still up on it.
Yeah, on the seat. I just lift it up and put on the lid and all this stuff and thing. And then stickers could come off. It won't damage the bike. That covering could come off. That just to make it match the team because
no man, very few people want. In fact, that's why I make many people buy one ticket.
Yeah.
That's how you have it. Yeah. How you have it.
Yeah, but this cycle also wanted a orange drop for the Bob Marley thing, so people
on
Saturday night could take part because I'm gonna carry the cycle out there for the Bob Marley thing too. No, you have to. So I spread it wide. I would advise people. I have tickets still for the cycle. I don't know where I have no orange drop, so try get on the ticket early if you don't want it, and no wait for last minute. Because no more ticket, I'll print that set right there what I have, but I have only amount left still. What is that? Help me.
The cycle is licensed and insured for an entire year.
Yeah.
And it also comes with a helmet.
Correct.
We know the gear the 300 if you go take your test if you not got the license.
That's a different thing, you know. But
just to kind of put in this part because you have to make sure people know because the familiarity don't always one thing, you know, people sometimes they pan autopilot. We know that for several years Bird's Eye was the host venue and we know that was great vibes, enjoyed. But like with everything, there are changes in life. This year it's the Belize Airport Authority parking lot. That's not the airport.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned it because like I said, people may call me, there are you and got bus to go up the airport. I tell them, no, they're right in the city. Give me a good direction, Mose or Kwame.
Directly behind Marion Jones Stadium.
Front of the Maya Tropic Airport.
Yeah.
If you've ever been to Maya Tropic here, once you get a back there on the beautifully paved street, you can't miss it.
Hear it.
And you want to smell the food.
And again, the elders, they ask me about seating. I encourage you, if you have a fall-up chair, or one small tent, you could bring that and set up an tent. Correct. Secondly, I want to have some chairs available, and I have booking for chairs and table. The table and chairs for 4 for 25. How that go? You send my text per WhatsApp, that's 623-3662, and we have put your name on the table, and you want own that for the night. Again, we encourage people, bring your stool, bring your chairs, enough space there, you sit down where you want and chill. But I don't know if we are got chair for everybody, so I encourage people to bring out the thing. The only thing I don't want in the place that nobody bring any kind of beverage in there because we, the promoters, they provide that. We not got no problem if you want to bring your only snack and thing and whatever, but and I want also express that over the years I've been doing the show and
you know what I'm telling? You know what happened the last time when we had the event the Puntatopia? By the time show time, all the place then done sell out their food.
Yeah, but why do with this one? I have people who want to come in at the night.
Okay, so you have it staggered.
Included my wife, she done night. She not
Okay,
did
all right. I see you.
So who did it that morning? Good. If they want to stay into the night, you know, we have to pay a leave fee and go through with it. But I have people where they come in. All I tell them, I can't afford no vehicle they come in while my show. No come and set up early, set to no tent up. Bring on one tent. I have somebody who want to provide lighting for the tents there and thing. A lot of work there behind the scene. I just want to express this, that all I ask for the good behavior. If the youth come, I want to not come forget the education and the music. All I beg the Belize Police Department, for years I do the show, never one day don't have to run con there with no gun and thing and they care nobody after show. All I ask, work with the people respect the authority and just make the show vibes. Most either somebody I not do it yet, I go to my event and meet chant prayers, you know, just with the guidance and the vibes before my
and
event.
Circle the venue with it.
Yeah, man.
I
don't use nothing. I just pray and make good vibes come to the event.
Chance take place.
Yeah, man. Kwame to holy water.
I love we deal with.
But all I ask when you come out, ladies dressing on Rasta wear, I have several gift packages to go and pick up before weekend.
But you want to get a prize?
From Campari and there and more one prize. We are
to the best dress.
Well, I don't want to call it the best dress because normally that's hard for people.
Well, I just want people to know that those prizes that we have ever given out for the best dress or anything like that is decided by Mr. Dara Joel Robinson and Dara Joel Robinson alone.
Yeah.
They don't want to commit to decision.
And no disrespect to the man there, that strictly ladies I give me thing to, so ladies can't dress the part.
Dara, remember there was one occasion where we give the brethren I think my wrong trip to Key. The Rasta his camp whole night.
He may deserve that.
Wait name? Yes, man. He like one staple.
No, that who?
He got a flag and a long locks and his camp all night.
Never me work here, we get killed, man. Young boy deal with the Mandala.
But yes, that's for the ladies.
Rasta always walk like Bob Marley. I don't know idea, but he in a VIP and just walk in and come in.
So there will be prizes and surprises. We are going to leave it like that for now. So this Sunday,
it's Dara and Dara alone.
Decide anything there.
Right.
Yeah.
We not got no input in that. He circle and he said,
DJ line up also unity alone.
No. Thank you very much. Raka.
No.
You're mischievous, you know.
No. More be honest to you. When I make my lineup, I say unity how this song. You know, say boy, we need two more man or a book.
You cannot put food behind the scene.
But I want to explain.
Big up your sponsors.
Right now, Mose, Rasbok, Lindy D, DJ Bush, and Mark the Spot for System 1. They want the out there early, they juggle. They don't tell me any call. So we have big DJs early. Kwame helped me with the part of the sponsors, and I will mention
So in terms of sponsorship, first and foremost, we have to big up Creme, XTV, Amandala, Digi Wallet, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Foreign Trade, Ministry of Education, Culture, Science, Technology, Bellikin, Channel 5, Honorable Anthony Marla, Belize Airports Authority, Hot Off the Press, the Belize Tourism Board, Ministry of Infrastructure and Development, the Social Security Board, Vibes Radio, Niche, Love FM, Hyper Songs, Belize City Council, Wave Radio, Rabbit Hole Promotions.
And we have to remember Joe's Meat Shop, Steve Benedict Auto Sale. I think you run through a lot, of course, Channel 5, Channel 7, Wave Radio, Hot Off the Press. And there's other people where just give the love. I want to thank everybody where they try to make sure this event successful. The vibes crazy was moving in at the city, you know, like, boy, the vibes really crazy, but we need the support this Sunday.
$15 in advance, 20 at the gate, 15 plus good behavior, 20 plus good behavior, and we want to do the rest.
Correct. You know, and get one of the biggest show.
Mose dig down deep, you know, come Mose look for come out and I can show young boy general style.
Chance.
Respect.
Hey, right now we are going to close off this segment. I want to thank you both for joining us. Of course, it is the Bob Marley Festival. It is the Tribute Festival. It's the first, it's what I said, 2026 marks that transition. So you can be a part of history, right? So there's been 21 years as a tribute, and in its 22nd year, Tribute evolves into Tribute Plus. Tribute Plus Festival. So this is your chance, you do it. All right, we got to take a break. We'll be back.
President, His Excellency Dr. Irfan Ali, my friend, welcome to Belize. Your visit, the first state visit by a president of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana, is history-making.
Belize and Guyana share many things in common. Culture, common history. Both of us want to learn from the past, and both of us want to share what knowledge we have with each other to the shared prosperity, friendship, and warmth of our two countries. I believe that this is just the beginning of a deeper relationship.
From the moment of our arrival, my delegation and I have felt not only the warmth but the easy familiarity of a Caribbean family welcoming one of its own. I am deeply honored to have been invited on a state visit to this magnificent country, an expression of the highest respect between sovereign nations, and a moment to reaffirm the bonds that connect our peoples, our institutions, and our shared aspirations.
At Atlantic Bank, your convenience is our priority. Our contact center is designed to enhance your banking experience. With a wide range of customer service options, you save time and effort. You can easily call in to block or unblock your debit and credit cards, perform account inquiries, and access detailed card information. Whether you need assistance with online banking, merchant support, or general inquiries, our team is ready to help. For added convenience, if all operators are busy, you can leave your number and an operator will return your call as soon as possible to ensure you receive the support you need. Depending on your transaction type, we may need to verify your identity through a set of security questions. And remember, Atlantic Bank will never request your username or password for Atlantic Online via phone call, text, or email, ensuring your personal information remains safe and secure. Our support team is available Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. in both English and Spanish. Simply dial 223-1212. This is a dedicated line for our contact center. Atlantic Bank is committed to providing you with exceptional service and the tools you need to manage your finances conveniently and securely. Take full advantage of our easy-to-use contact center services today.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Amandala is now online. You can now access Amandala's midweek and weekend issues online by logging on to our website at amandala.com.bz/news and joining our membership portal today. There's 5 easy steps to get unlimited access to weekly e-paper, archive publications, and a host of other exclusive contents. Number 1, go to Amandala's website. Number 2, navigate to subscribed areas. Number 3, choose a membership level. Number 4, check out using our secured portal. Number 5, log into the members only section. Telephone numbers 501-280-4703 or 202-4477. Fax us at 501-222-4702, or you could email at amandalapress@yahoo.com or amandalapress@gmail.com. Amandala, all power to the people.
Nando's Wholesale is your market leader in Belize's wholesale industry when it comes to high quality products at the most reasonable and competitive prices. With over 40 years in the wholesale business, Nando's Wholesale embraces the partnership of the hotel industry in Belize by providing world-renowned brands in wines, seasonings, condiments, and cleaners in industrial sizes, as well as small and large kitchen appliances and equipment. Nando's also takes pride in providing one of the quietest and most durable air conditioning systems in Belize with technical support and spare parts. Nando's Wholesale. Professional, reliable, effective, and prompt. Nando's Wholesale always delivers. Visit us at www.nandos.bz or send an email to nandos@nandos.bz. Or, even better yet, give us a call today at 222-500 or 280-8080 to speak to one of our sales representatives today.
So you don't hear about how you could shop online with Builders Hardware?
It's easy and convenient. Plus, you get special deals and discounts online where you not get in at the store. Just log on to shopbuildersbz.com and pay with your Visa, MasterCard, debit or credit card. You could choose to pick up your order from a smart Lacaneda Builders or Easy could deliver for you. If that was a big thing, the Builders truck could deliver for you. If you need more information about anything, you could start chat right here online with a salesperson. We're ready to help you. No need to burn gas and waste time in a traffic. Go to shopbuildersbz.com.
Welcome back. WB Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes. Mose Hyde here on this Wednesday morning, 4th February 2026. And guests continue. We have a well-known friend of ours from way up north, Kawazar, is in the house. We've got Benedict Palmer. He's the general manager of Rainbow FM. It's been a while, Benedict, but yeah, good seeing my brother. And Benedict is here. Enough to contact by himself. Venus there as more chaperone. Because along with my brother Benedict is his daughter, Ingrid Palmer. And she's here to tell me about her book or books that she has written of poetry. One that came out last year. All right, Beneath the Skin of Sorrow, and her soon to be released follow-up to that, a book called The Ache Between Heartache. So Benedict, good seeing. Dana Tom, respect.
Yes, good morning.
What is on your show? You know the star today.
No.
Ingrid, good morning. Nice to meet you. Congratulations. Writing is great work. So, how did it occur to you that I would like to write some books?
Let's see. Well, I love writing when it comes to poems, words. I love stories. I haven't released one yet, but I love it because you're in control of everything you write. It's like your imagination. You know, you write, like, anything is possible. You could write whatever you want, anything can happen. It's like, and when you write, you imagine. That's why I love to read as well. Because when I read, it's like, I could read something like there was a house, and I could imagine however I would like how the house would look. So I like the imagination of it then. I like to imagine, and I like to write down.
You like the freedom of it?
I like the freedom of it.
Okay.
You know?
That's beautiful. So, but so you always knew that, okay, I'm going to write, I'm going to try that. Is that kind of like, you seem on the young side, to now to have 2 books to your name in a very short period of time. By next week, you will have 2 books to your name. You're way ahead of some people who have lived a long time.
Thank you. Well, writing, sometimes it comes quick to me, and then sometimes it takes me a little bit longer. You know, like this one took me I'd say 3 months to write. While this one, even though it's longer, I'd say this one finished quicker. It's just sometimes you get like a spark of inspiration, and when you get that inspiration, you just have to write. And it just it flows naturally then. Well, sometimes, you know, or sometimes you're writing and you get the flow going, and then you get stuck, and you know, you have to take a while to think, or sometimes you even just pause it right there until you get another struck of inspiration.
All right, so one of these books, or the one that's going to be released next week, is called The Ache Between Heartbreak. Comes across well, this is going to be a book of love poems. And I said, whoa, you seem young to write a book of love poems. You know, it's like, okay. And you said, yeah, it features 30 types of love relationships. What are those? Well, what are some of the main ones?
Some of the main ones is long distance relationship, love, growing old together, being widowed, or when when a spouse dies, love when one of them is sick, love with this, well, that's the long distance, marriage when, you know, there's kids and you're in the heartache of marriage. They're based off of what I've witnessed of others.
Okay.
So it's not my personal experience.
Right.
Some of them are based off of love stories that I've read or seen on TV and movies.
So you're an observer.
Yeah. It's written basically from what I see.
Okay. So are you going to share? You have to share one from your previous publication, since you were not here for that. Choose one that you think is. And that book is Beneath the Skin of Sorrow.
Yes, I can read The Weight of My Womb.
The what?
The Weight of My Womb. It is a poem written. There's 2 of them. It has another one. The one right after goes along with it, The Child Who Shouldn't Be. It's the perspective of a single mother who has a child as a teenager, but not in a very loving way, in a way that she feels the child is a burden, but society is forcing her to want to have the child and love the child, but she feels like the child is her burden.
Okay, that's an interesting perspective. Let me hear.
The Weight of My Womb. I was 16 with a child, trembling hands, and they told me this was a blessing. But blessings don't come to dress in chains. My body was a battlefield, a swollen grave of my own girlhood. Every kick inside me, a reminder of the freedom I buried. When I cried, the sound was a knife carving regret into my ribs. Your breath stole mine, your hunger hollowed mine. Every existence eclipsed me. They said love will come, but it didn't. What came was silence at night. My dreams turned to ashes. My friends faded into a distance. I could never walk again. You, child, are not a song in my throat, but a stone tied to my ankles, dragging me down into waters I never asked to swim. I hate the mirror, it shows a mother, but never me. I hate the lullabies, they choke my tongue with lies. And sometimes I hate you, but not for the blood in your veins, but for the blood you cost me, but for the girlhood you cost me, for the door you locked behind me. You are my cage with tiny hands, my shadow with the world cursed me with. For daring to say it aloud, my truth is carved into my own marrow. Motherhood was never my crown, it was my coffin.
Yeah, that's heavy. It's heavy, that's heavy. Makes it authentic that it dares to be so provocative, so unexpected, so blunt. It's kind of dark.
Yeah, the book is very dark.
I guess that's why it's called Beneath the Skin of Sorrow.
Yeah.
That's heavy there, man. Wow.
I didn't want to sugarcoat anything because I feel like sometimes stuff are sugarcoated.
Wow, there's no sugar
for the sake of making things seem sweet when in reality they're not. It's like, it's the reality of it then.
Yeah.
Because in reality stuff aren't always, you know, sugar and spice.
Got it. I perfectly understand that. And so these books are for sale, Benedict?
Well, right now the Beneath the Skin of Sorrow
is available.
We have this for sale.
Okay.
In Belize City, I Brody's, and next week they will have both of the books.
Okay.
They will have for sale.
All right. And I imagine that you have nurtured and encouraged the talent in your daughter?
Yes. I mean, she, like I said, her writing skills is a next level.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you really have to, some of the poem, you have to read it and you have to read again, right? To really get an understanding,
okay.
Right? The level. She had, for example, the last poem here, Mine Like Smoke. This is dedicated to my mother.
Okay, that's the one you like?
My mother had Alzheimer's.
So this is the one
she did.
In the perspective of someone who has Alzheimer's.
Yeah.
You take it on like, yeah. Heavy stuff. Let's try one from the upcoming release, the one on
The Ache Between Heartbeats.
The Ache Between Heartbeats. Right. Man,
that's love now.
It's love.
Happier, kind of.
Happier, you think? Let's find out. Ingrid Palmer, she's a writer, author of 2 books. And we're going to find out how you can contact her, what's her social media handles and all of that. You do social media and all of that? Okay, good.
All we got is almost. We were supposed to grow old, you know. We were supposed to argue about paint colors, complain about bills, learn how to love better with time. Instead, I learned how to grieve young. Your shoes are still by the door, like you might come back, apologizing for being late, like the universe didn't steal you. Before we learned how to live, they say I'm strong. They don't see how every plan still starts with we. Before I remember, there is no us anymore. I carry you into moments you never got to see. Birthdays you should have laughed through. Dreams you should have stood beside me in. A future that still says your name even when I don't speak it. We never got the ordinary love, the boring years, the hard-earned forever. All we got is almost, and somehow that almost hurts more. That hurts more than goodbye. I will live this life for both of us now, even though it feels unfair, Even though every joy comes with a shadow, you didn't get to experience life with me. But I will experience it for you, loving you in quiet ways in the space you should have filled, until loving you is the only way I know how to survive.
You, that's a song.
Yeah.
You've written songs.
The first poem in this book is a song that has
not been released yet. The
but originally it was a song that I wrote and I decided to include it in
Belize belong to we.
Okay.
Yeah, this is like the ad poem from this book. Right, this is a Belize poem.
Okay.
She did it. I already have the music and everything, just need to get recorded. Okay. So we should be releasing this as a song for this September.
All right. Are you doing any release events? Are you doing any readings? Anything like that planned or?
For now, no. I mean, I still kind of just started this.
Okay.
I'm doing this and also studying music.
You are going to write some very, very serious songs. I am predicting that now. Yeah. I mean, you know, it's one thing to know music. It's one thing to write, put words in a way and take on topics that can connect. And one of the greatest ways to connect is to be honest. And whether you like it or not, you are not trying to be, you're not trying to say win a popularity contest with your ideas. You're just trying to be
as real and honest.
Yeah, and that always works. That always works. And so I want to congratulate you. I am impressed. I'm impressed, and I'm not the one. I don't want to looking to be impressed. So there's some good stuff. There's some good stuff. It's obvious that you are just beginning.
And another thing was this first poem. She have poem in English, Spanish and Creole.
Okay, you want to do one in
language.
I really don't have a little bit of a list, but my pronunciation in Spanish is not too good.
The new one, well, is love. So they say Spanish is romantic. So that one is Spanish and English. Okay. Right? So she do 3 language.
So in course, all these books are available where?
We have it at the radio. Okay. I have it for sale.
Next week, Brody's is gonna.
Yeah, next week we will have it here, and then if anybody would want to get, they could call. They could contact me. My number is 610-3993. Right. In Corozal, it's Rainbow FM, right? Okay. You find Rainbow FM Corozal, you can find and
you're on Facebook, Instagram, or
Instagram and TikTok.
Okay.
Just my name, Ingrid Palma.
Right. All right, and so that's a way to contact you and get,
yeah.
All right. All right. Can't wait to hear the music. Can't wait to hear your songs. Yeah. That would be an interesting.
I like this. She was 50 when she did the first book. And at 16 she did the second one.
All right. And how old are you now?
16.
You're 16 and you're delving into that. Wow.
Yeah.
You are going to be...
I told her she already have broken record already.
Yeah.
So
imagine when you put experiences along with observations. That will be a very serious thing. You will be a serious songwriter. I don't know about... I think there's a similarity between poetry and songs, right?
Yeah.
Another thing I want to do is release a novel. I love stories. Okay. I love writing. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love the idea of creating a scenario that's like, it's like I said, I'm in control of the world. I can make the characters however I want. Have anything happen in this world, it's completely my control.
So you've not even really reached the point where you're doing music, but you've not even reached the point where you're getting like, you've taken on like, education at a level. I imagine you were in sixth form or?
No, I'm not in school.
You're not in school presently. Okay.
Yeah. Like I said, she's studying music, right? She liked the guitar. She played the guitar, the ukulele.
I was, and then in March of last year, I left.
You left?
I was in third term.
Okay. All right, but I guess at some point you're going to go back.
No, that's why I came out to study music, so because that's what I want to do.
Full time?
Yeah.
You're different.
Well, I'm a musician and I'm a music teacher, right? I'm not teaching at the time in school. I been doing that before.
Okay.
Right? And when it comes to instrument wise, we have everything basically for a studio. So most of the instrument. And we like to acknowledge in the book, we have Miss Rita Flowers in Corozal, that she did the editing of the book for us.
Okay.
And then for this new book, if you show up, yes, we got an artist in Corozal, Miss Biani Bautista, very talented artist.
You can
and
see some of the art right here. She read it and hand drew it.
Yeah, hand drew.
And how she drew it.
For each poem.
Oh wow.
That's for the new book.
Oh wow.
Every poem have an illustration.
Oh
and that
wow.
was done by Miss Biani and Bautista from Corozal.
Wow.
Very good artist.
She did an amazing job.
Whoa. Yeah. Yeah.
We didn't want any AI thing, right? So she want
Bonnie AI.
Yeah.
Oh wow, okay.
Every single one. So
yeah.
You got to get a book.
Yeah.
So it just make the book better.
That's the artist is powerful. Those are powerful images. And I want to thank you both for dropping in, man, and encourage people to support 100 Corozaleños, and of course everybody else. We got to get on this before we get too big for it. All right, as you are going to go far, young sister. Benedict, good seeing you, bro.
Yes, Mose, and thank you.
Yes, man. Anytime. Yeah, man. We missed the book, but no, we can't miss the book. All right, Belize, we take a final break. We come back and wrap up for today. I'm seriously like.
En Atlantic Bank, tu comodidad es nuestra prioridad. Nuestro centro de contacto está diseñado para mejorar tu experiencia bancaria. Con una amplia gama de opciones de servicio al cliente, ahorras tiempo y esfuerzo. Puedes llamar fácilmente para bloquear o desbloquear tus tarjetas de débito y crédito, realizar consultas de cuentas y acceder a información detallada de tus tarjetas. Ya sea que necesites asistencia con la banca en línea, apoyo para comercios o consultas generales, nuestro equipo está listo para ayudarte. Para mayor comodidad, si todos los operadores están ocupados, puedes dejar tu número y un operador te devolverá la llamada lo antes posible para asegurarse de que recibas el apoyo que necesitas. Para mayor seguridad, es posible que necesitemos verificar tu identidad con un conjunto de preguntas sencillas. Recuerda, Atlantic Bank nunca solicitará tu nombre de tu usuario ni contraseña de Atlantic Online por llamada telefónica, mensaje de texto o correo electrónico, asegurando que tu información personal permanezca segura y protegida. Nuestro equipo de apoyo está disponible de lunes a viernes, de 8 a.m. a 6 p.m. en inglés y en español. Simplemente marca al 223-1212. Esta es la línea dedicada para nuestro centro de contacto. Atlantic Bank se compromete a brindarte un servicio excepcional y las herramientas que necesitas para administrar tus finanzas de manera conveniente y segura. Aprovecha al máximo nuestro servicio del centro de contacto.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Get ready for fantastic discounts. From now through to September 30th, Venice is having store-wide discounts on tools, paints, appliances, plumbing and electrical products, lights and fans, household items, and much, much more. Visit a Venice store near you to enjoy fantastic discounts from now through to September 30th. Only at Venice. Quality and savings.
Our Belize City is growing because of continued investment. From rehabilitated streets to expanding neighborhoods, significant investments are improving how our city functions and how our communities live. In the last 2 years alone, more than 250 streets have been rehabilitated, representing almost $34 million invested directly in physical infrastructure that improves access and quality of life. At the same time, the city continues to expand. Developments such as the Holy Emmanuel area, also known as Gungulung, reflect increased demand for land and housing as Belize City expands in a more sustainable and resilient way. These planned developments support safer communities and long-term sustainability, contributing to rising property values across the city. Under the Town's Property Evaluation Act, property values are required to be reviewed every 5 years. The last valuation adjustment was done in 2013. This adjustment simply brings property values closer to today's market reality, while the tax rate itself remains unchanged. Let's break it down. For a vacant property valued at $25,000, we charged an annual 2% rate, which works out to a payment of $500. Under the new assessment, the property value has appreciated by 40%, making the property now worth $35,000. Therefore, the new amount to be paid will be 2% of $35,000, which works out to $700. For an occupied property valued at $25,000, we charge an annual 10% rate, which works out to $2,500. Under the new assessment, the property's value has appreciated by 18%, making the property now worth $29,500. Therefore, the new amount to be paid will be 10% of $29,500, which works out to $2,950. To support property owners, your Belize City Council is encouraging residents to take advantage of the ongoing property tax prepayment incentives. Property owners receive 15% off in January, 10% off in February, and 5% in March. And senior citizens receive a 35% discount year-round. Remember, this adjustment represents an appreciation in your property's worth, not a change in tax rates, ensuring continued investment in your city while providing valuable data for informing investors, municipal bondholders, and individual credit assessments. And we want residents to know the law provides a clear mechanism for review and appeal if needed. Those who believe their valuation does not fairly reflect their property have the right to engage the Belize City Valuation Appeals Board. Your Belize City Council remains committed to openness, accountability, and ensuring that growth is managed fairly for everyone. Your Belize City Council, always about the people.
Orange Walk, are you ready? It's the annual Bob Marley Tribute 2026 OW edition. Brought to you by Charitable Roots Foundation and powered by Vibes Alive International. Join us at the Esports Center in Orange Walk on Saturday, February 7, 2026. Gates open at 6 p.m. Come for the vibes and stay for the food, drinks, prizes, and giveaways all night long. Musical niceness by primetime DJs and selectors, including Reggae Dutch of Reggae Sundays, Father Jesse of International Vibes, David Stone of 5-Star International, Mark the Spark of System 1, and DJ Mix of Vibes Alive International. Event is hosted by Empress Mel C, guest MC Selector G, special on-stage guest Tara Robinson. Vendors, sponsors, and volunteers, contact any member of Charitable Roots Foundation for more info. This OW edition of the Bob Marley Tribute is brought to you by
Get up, stand up. Stand up for your right.
right, we are done for today with Health and Strength. I come back here on Monday morning. Tomorrow you'll be joined by Brother Noor Muhammad. We want to thank you all for being here with us today. Make sure you link, stay with the WB. We want to thank the team, of course, always behind the scene, making sure we can be seen and heard. To Larry G at Crim Radio and up at XTV, we got Pat Cliff, and directing this morning Miss Christy Flowers. As always, stand strong, stand firm. For now, excuse me, we're gone.
Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. Voice our opinion and place no calling. WB. Be yourself, see yourself, this is a show, my people. Billies our hopes up to needless reason. Nobody feel left out, this the vibe we're dealing. Let's find a solution. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Love, respect, unselfishness and cooperation. That's how we need to build a strong nation. We are the people to make the changes. We are the changes, WB. And all the things that we feel happen and not got blue skies. And nothing that people get victimized. Let's work together for better, we got to unite. Billies, yeah. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. Another day is here. Wake